Hi everyone, really quick video. I'm just doing my moisturising routine. I'm just getting ready to go out the door, pick my daughter up. I was just inspired to make a little video by a friend who's going through a difficult time at the moment, and she's overwhelmed with problems, financial worries, and she doesn't really know what to do. And I know that feeling of when you feel like stuff is piling on you, and I think the natural reaction to that is to get paralysed, where there's so much to worry about, there's so much to do, and it can feel impossible to take that first step. So I might have already covered this in another video, but I just wanted to put it in another really short video, just to remind people of this little thing you can do that I think my boyfriend taught to me, and it's such an amazing little tip. It's so simple. It takes 2 minutes to do. And so basically, when you're feeling overwhelmed, regardless of how upset you are, how much emotion there is, how much there is to do, get a piece of paper and get a pen and sit down. Just find a quiet place, even if it's on the bathroom floor, in your bedroom, piece of paper and a pen, and you write down 3 things that you can do today that might make a difference. These things don't have to be massive. In fact, it's probably better that they're not massive, because if they're big, massive things, they're going to feel intimidating, and they're going to feel as if that maybe they're too much for you to cope with at the moment. So, for example, a couple of years ago, I was going through severe financial problems. I didn't realise that my debts had mounted because of benefit issues, because of a loan, because of a credit card. And I basically got to the point, and it's something that's not easy to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it because people should talk about this stuff, because people bottle it up. I got into a situation where I couldn't pay my bills, and it was terrifying because I didn't realise I'd always been sensible with money. I'd always paid my bills, never missed a payment, and I suddenly found myself in a situation where I had to look into the eye of the storm and do my calculations. And I remember the moment when I actually realised that there was a lot more going out than there was coming in, and it had spiraled over several months, and it was terrifying. I can remember being in hysterics. I can remember feeling like a failure, feeling like I was letting my daughter down. What are my family going to think of me? Blah blah blah. And my boyfriend said to me, right, calm down, write down 3 things now. Write down 3 things that you can do today, that you can tick off, that might help. And I wrote down these 3 things, and boy, did those 3 things make a difference. One of the things was I had to go and ask my mum for financial help. That was a big thing. She's always been amazing. She's always helped out. She's a fantastic mum, and she's always supported me and my sister. But asking her for help was one of the most terrifying things. I can remember the feelings of shame. I can remember crying. But I asked for help, and I got the help, and I got my rent paid. I think the second thing I did was to phone up Citizens Advice Bureau and make an appointment and try and get some help with my debts. That was another terrifying thing, probably one of the most terrifying things I've ever had to do, because it tied in with pride, my feelings of independence, my feelings of self-respect. How have I got myself into this situation? I can't remember what the third thing was. The third thing was to make a small tweak to my business, I think, in order to felicitate some more money coming in. But it was 3 things that were actually very simple, but big steps, and boy, did they make a difference. One of those steps I took got my rent paid that month. The second step I took, going to Citizens Advice, meant that I got my debts wiped. In a year, I got my debts wiped. I was able to start again. The relief was overwhelming. But when I look back at how I felt, I didn't want to take that step because I was so scared, because it was attached to so much baggage and so many emotions to do with money and to do with me. And what you have to do is you just have to sit down and write down those 3 simple things, and you have to swallow your pride, and you have to do what's right. And just remember, nothing is ever going to be as terrifying as the first step. And the other thing is, if you don't want to take those steps, well then you have to look at how things are now and think, okay, can I sustain this? So the way things are now, is it bearable? Is it livable with? Is it actually, you know, that this has come to a crisis, and the crisis is a good thing because it means I now have to face up to this and do something about it. And I'll tell you what, I look back on that time and I think, thank God I did something, thank God I was brave. You know, thank God, because you have to take that little step. And like I've said in my other video about chunking it down, if that first step is really hard, chunk that down further. You know, if you don't want to make the phone call, it can be, okay, step 1, find the phone number. Step 2, go online. Step 3, get some information. Just leave a voicemail, but get the ball rolling, take that step, and then deep breath, and then congratulate yourself because you've taken that step, and you'll look back and think, thank goodness I did. So anyway, my very quick video, I hope that's helped somebody. Again, my videos are very real, very in the moment. I'm literally just stood in the bathroom, I've just been finished getting ready. Let me know if this video helps. Let me know, share any tips in the comments box if you have any tips for dealing with, you know, the kind of difficult issues, things that maybe you do in your lives that help you get things done when you're struggling, you know, when you're struggling to face up to things. And I hope you're all well, and I'll catch you soon in the next video. Cheers guys.